I remember many years ago when I was a brand new Unitarian Universalist. I had never been a part of a faith community before. Never. I was in my 30s at that time, and as I sat in the pews of my home congregation, Unity Temple Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Oak Park, Illinois, it was a revelation to learn that Unitarian Universalist congregations are financially supported almost exclusively by the generous gifts of members and friends, and that almost all of the work is shared by the congregation as well. I honestly had no idea. I was a bit naive, for sure. At Unity Temple, I learned about generosity as a spiritual practice, one that pushed me to understand that generosity was about contributing to something bigger with a gift that came from my bank account. Yes, but it was more than that. It was about giving a gift from my heart. From that place, in my spirit, so full of gratitude and hope that it changed me. And although I wasn't making much money at the time, I was working at a small education not-for-profit on the west side of Chicago, I found myself looking at my life in a new way. I challenged myself to contribute my time, my talent, and my treasure to what was easily the biggest, greatest, most fulfilling adventure of my lifetime. Sherry Prudhomme, a thought leader in our Unitarian Universalist faith, reflecting on our shared values, writes about generosity. Quote, "In practicing generosity, gratitude, and active hope, we experience our interconnectedness, the ways we are not isolated beings, but held in a vast web of connections and field of life, blessed by gifts beyond our own making." Generosity as a guiding value among us, one that calls us to cultivate that spirit of gratitude as it is connected to hope and generosity. So what is it we are celebrating today? We are celebrating the spirit of generosity that moves our faith into the world, that intertwines us in purpose and commitment. We are celebrating sharing our lives together, the journey we choose with one another, the journey that inspires hope in the future. So, in staying with our theme this morning, I want to pause at a few mile markers on the trail, take note of the view, and celebrate how far we've come on the path to building the beloved community just this year. And because we know that conditions are difficult out there and you can't go anywhere, I have my hiking hat. It was given to me when I was here last April, and I was warned the sun is tricky here. So here's my hat. So the first mile marker is congratulations, you made it through the challenging and formative years of transitional ministry. The congregation is growing. We are meeting the world with our life-saving, life-affirming message of hope and love. We are showing up with our values in the world with confidence and conviction. Our social justice teams are building relationships, taking action, and making a real difference. On mile 4, we stop and see our faith formation program for children and youth is growing. We have doubled our program attendance this year. We are preparing to launch a middle school youth group, offering a dynamic summer program that focuses on new experiences. We look to the summertime. We are creating more opportunities to share in multi-generational community and celebrate the whole of who we are, creating meaningful and lasting relationships and connections that nourish generations of Unitarian Universalists into the future. At mile marker 5, we notice that a committee on shared ministry has been launched and is preparing to set a charter and to work with the congregation and the office of the minister in ensuring that our shared ministry is healthy and vibrant and flourishing. At mile marker 7, boy, we should be getting tired, but this is just the beginning. We are nourishing and strengthening connections with our faith neighbors, partnering for community events and projects. We continue to share wealth, resources, and leadership with the wider Durango community through the support of basic needs, making a real, tangible difference in people's lives. And number 8, and we all know this from lived experience, we have heat in our building and a new heat pump system that actively decreases our impact on the earth. We thank all those who made that possible at the probably most difficult time of the year, the middle of winter. But we did it. Mile marker 9. The congregational covenant work is underway, as you heard Tom share. We're securing our connections with one another and preparing for the future. And finally, at mile marker 10, we pause and we notice that we are re-engaging the work of expanding our campus with a new building, imagining a space that would serve us and serve the wider community. This is just the beginning of our adventure together. In the year ahead, we might anticipate and look forward to growing our small group ministry programs, broadening accessibility so every person seeking a group for connection and faith formation has a place to connect with our Unitarian Universalist values. We will continue to invest in our music ministry, ensuring our services keep coming alive with beautiful, soul-stirring, and spiritually elevating music. We'll continue to invest our time in learning in the work of radical inclusion to ensure that our congregation is a place of love and belonging for all seekers. Finally, we will continue and we will keep meeting a hurting world, a broken world with our values, our joy, and our commitment to our mission. Our faith, our Unitarian Universalist faith, is life-affirming, life-saving, and a powerful message of love and hope. And that work, friends, will keep going well into the future. And it is just the beginning today.